It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, coming to you with the world of information, covering sports from inside out throughout the world of HBCU. Our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our website, obnradio.com, and our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. Today's episode made possible by Diva Skincare for those who have challenges with the attacks of diabetes when it comes to your feet, toes, heels, elbows. Even if you're dealing with eczema, Diva Skincare is the product of choice. You need to visit their website at divafeet.com. That's DIVAH feet.com. Or you can talk with a representative today by dialing 903-373-2193. And we cannot forget the great people from the office of Attorney Lee Van Richardson, located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. Whether it's a DUI, jaywalking ticket, or something that has you on the opposite side of the law, you need to give Attorney Lee Van Richardson a call today. That number, 979-826-8008. Well, a lot of you have responded to yesterday's show that 8 is great. Some for, some against, and that's always to be expected in the world of sports talk radio. A lot of you are still trying to wrap your head around the 2 off or 1 off for 2 years and saying possibly use other alternatives to get things done. And some even went as far to say if you had competent athletic directors who know how to schedule quality games, then you'll be able to rectify this problem with ease. Sometimes that's easier said than done, and here's why I say that. You could be available, but the quality opponent that you seek could not be available as far as scheduling, because sometimes these programs are scheduling games 3, 4, 5, 10 years in advance even, and it's just about timing to get the right matchup. But I am in agreement with this. In order for the swag of the SWAC to increase, we're going to have to get away from some of those cakewalk games. When I talk about the programs in such the case of Bacone College, who are actually no longer in existence, when you deal with universities of faith, and let's be honest, Southern, Prairie View, and a couple of other SWAC schools dealing with the likes of Edward Waters, Lynchburg, those programs are not going to give us what we really need. Yes, it'll give us a win for the overall record of their coach or the program, but it's not going to give the quality across the board that we seek to be looked upon as a reputable conference. And of course, we're talking about football right now because that is where all the energy and effort goes. And I do get it. I understand it. So for sake of us being on the same page, we're strictly talking football right now, even though a Division I program across the board should play a Division I schedule. So when you get to the nuts and bolts of things, the 8 is still great. It will work. You're going to have to beat those bushes just a little bit harder to make sure that everything is everything, but it can be done. I don't mind, as I mentioned on yesterday's show, if my homecoming opponent could be a stiff challenge. Yes, we want to feel good about homecoming, but I got news for you. People are going to already feel good about homecoming. They'll feel better if it's a quality opponent. They will feel even greater if you get the win over a quality opponent during homecoming. So I still think it's a great idea. You can call in and voice your opinion on our 24-hour message line, 713-570-6736. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you feel about the 8-game rotation. It It's definitely better than the 7. Some would say 9 would be better, but I'm actually good with the 8. I really am. Because on a regular year, you have 11 games that you can schedule. I know 8 of those games are already taken care of. 4 are going to be home, 4 are going to be on the road, if not at a neutral site. But regardless, I know 8 of those games are taken care of. So now I have wiggle room for 3 more games, and on the year of 12, 4 games, where I could do a balancing act if you could. I could schedule, in the case of 4 games, to add to your schedule in the non-conference frame. I can add 2 guaranteed games, and I can add 2 quality FCS opponents and still have a solid, reputable year. I personally believe and think it's all right to have a squad that goes 5-6, for example, playing quality opponents, than to be going 6-5, 7-4 when you had 2 or 3 suspect opponents on your schedule for that year. I can deal with knowing that I'm building a program than just trying to pad stats with some good teams. Remember, program is long term. Teams are right now effect, a knee-jerk effect. So we still have time to develop our craft, hone in on our craft, and make sure that everything is everything. July 16th is when the rubber meets the road. Birmingham, Alabama, SWAC Media Day. We'll be at the Westin Hotel, downtown Birmingham. We'll be there at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to get things off the ground. There's even been mention of a SWAC Media Summit. Long time overdue. And can't wait to hear the presentation from that session. So, of course, as we get closer to the July 16th date, I'm sure more details will be laid out. I got a strong idea of how things will unfold, but I'll hold my mule to see exactly how this unfolds and develops. And speaking of developing, the golf tournament in Cypress, Texas on June 26th. Teams are coming in. Individual players are coming in. We got special guests lined up. And there's still room for you to sponsor a hole, become a corporate sponsor, even add your team or yourself to the fun and activities scheduled for June 26th. You can dial 936-857-5817 to register today and get more information. And speaking of information, at the close of yesterday's show, I made mention that I heard the tweets of a little birdie that there was some moving and shaking going on in Houston, Texas, on the campus of Texas Southern University. I have heard some things, have got somewhat confirmation on some things, and I will say 75 to 80% sure that it's in the mix, but I'm going to hold off until we get 100% confirmation. The only way that I can respond to if this is true is simply this. What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? I am out of time for right now, and I must exit stage left. I am the radio guy, Mike Prince, reminding you to visit the website obnradio.com. Click on the PayPal button and become a listening partner. That website again is obnradio.com. Don't forget our message line, 713-570-6736. I've got to go. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.